So physicists, or maybe just journalists writing articles about physics they don't quite understand, they do this thing where they say like, hey, oh my god, look at our amazing quantum computer, and they just show you like a picture of the dilution refrigerator it goes inside, and not like the actual quantum computer itself, because let's face it, dilution refrigerators look really dope. But what is a dilution refrigerator? A dilution refrigerator is a cryogenic device that exploits the properties of a binary mixture of helium isotopes to achieve temperatures as low as a few millikelvin. But how does this actually work? So let's start with some definitions. We know from thermodynamics that a system at fixed temperature will want to evolve to a configuration that minimizes the free energy. If two substances have less combined free energy side by side than they do when they're dissolved in each other, they'll form what's called a heterogeneous mixture. And a heterogeneous mixture exhibits what's called a solubility gap, which you can see graphically from a mixture of helium isotopes on the phase diagram that's on screen. And this part that's labeled the unstable regime, which appears in the region enclosed by the curve, is the solubility gap. The unstable regime is the region where the helium mixture spontaneously separates into two phases, a concentrated phase and a dilute phase. We'll circle back to exactly what those two phases are in just a minute, but to understand what's going on, I first want to take a closer look at the isotopes themselves, like helium-3 and helium-4. So helium-3 is a fermion, meaning it has half integer spin, where helium-4 is a boson, so it has integer spin. And now, if we cool the helium mixture down far enough, the helium-4 atoms will want to pile into the ground state orbital, but since helium-3 are fermions, they can't all do that, thanks to the Pauli exclusion principle. As a result, almost all of the kinetic energy in the system is carried by these helium-3 atoms, and the difference in quantum statistics leads to a separation of phases, and below about 0.87 Kelvin, this mixture develops the solubility gap that we see above and starts to separate into two regions, the concentrated phase with a lot of helium-3, and the dilute phase where a little bit of helium-3 is dissolved in a bunch of helium-4. And actually, even as we approach absolute zero, this dilute phase will still have a little bit of helium-3, like 6%-ish. Okay, so for the refrigeration part, helium-3 atom going from the concentrated phase into the dilute phase requires energy. It's an endothermic process. It absorbs heat. So if helium-3 atoms are consistently pushed from the concentrated phase to the dilute phase, we can get a cooling effect. In practice, how do we do this? We use a circulation system. If we remove helium-3 atoms from the dilute phase, atoms from the concentrated phase will dissolve to replace them, and they'll absorb heat when they do that. And we use a process called distillation. So helium-3 evaporates a lot more readily at low temperatures than helium-4. So if we heat this mixture in the still, more helium-3 will evaporate than helium-4. And this vapor can be pumped away, again removing mostly helium-3. So atoms from the concentrates will want to move into the dilute phase to replace them. This vapor can then be cooled and condensed elsewhere, and it will get re-injected into the system to complete the cycle. So hopefully now you know what a dilution refrigerator is.